It's the 33J of Joey Laddie outside. Note the guy feature winner, the 81 of Aiden Powell, and on the tail of the field, 5 luck to draw, the 44J, JJ Devon. 5 laps in the heat race, 10 laps in the feature event, and we're ready to go. So it's the Bailey and Bailey show on the front row. James on the inside and the C27, and outside the C27, Farrah Bailey. As once again, they'll go 5 laps. How they finish will determine their starting positions for tonight's 10-lap WRA mini wedge feature event. And holy smokes, we got them going everywhere here. Green flag's out. C27 falling way back at the start. Down the back straightaway. I believe that's Isaac McLeish in the blue 27 cart. They got him popping wheelies and climbing tires. Up to second now. Aiden Powell in the 81. And they tangle coming through 1 and 2. And that'll bring out the yellow with a lap in the books. I believe caution will be credited to the McLeish 27, but I understand that is indeed the case. So he will go to the tail of the field. The 81 of Aiden Powell will go back to his position prior to the yellow flag with 1 lap counted. All right, 1 lap in the books, 4 circuits remain, and they will go green next time off of turn number 4, with your race leader being Joey Laddie in the 33J. Second being the 81 of Aiden Powell, and rounding out your top 3, the C4 of Wyatt Kale. Green, no, yellow flag out. And yeah, root hog or die when that happens, as everyone beats and bangs into each other. I'll try to line up again and tell them nose to tail. Got more flagmen out there, and we got racers almost. And we have one stopped on the back straightaway that I could not see from my vantage point as the flagmen stand blocking my view. And Todd Gorel, the eagle-eyed one, points that out to me. Todd this summer celebrating his 75th year in motorsports. He says it seems like it. Todd literally has done everything I believe there can be done at a racetrack other than run the grader. So we'll get, looks like we're going to get the field realigned. We can get Todd retired. We'll teach him how to grade, and he'll have it all covered. There we go. Okay, 1 lap in the books in tonight's WRA mini wedge heat race. Joey Laddie about to show him who's their daddy as the green flag waves. And he gets encouragement going down into turn 1, and Aiden Powell will take that spot. Good battle for second. As James Bailey up to second, and off the tail already is McLeish in the 27M. 2 lap to go, signal given to Aiden Powell. And the C4 car to the infield, Wyatt Kale fall from the race. And they're still rolling down in turn 1. Oh, they threw the yellow flag. Oh, my. Well, we will count 3 laps down as we get a caution for the 33J of Joey Laddie. Your race leader is the 81 of Aiden Powell. Second, Isaac McLeish off the tail. Third, James Bailey in the white 27, the 44J. J.J. Dimmitt in fourth now. And the final cart remaining on the track in our 5-lap qualifying heat race is the 33J, the caution cart of Joey Laddie. Green flag out. Good battle up front. And you talking about nose to tail. They're wrinkling quarter panels and climbing on each other. And a stop once again. A yellow flag. So the second caution on the 27M of Isaac McLeish will disqualify him from the event. We still have 2 laps remaining in this one. Powell will go back to the front of the field. And now the 27 of James Bailey will be the driver to try to contend for the win, along with your race leader. Still 3 laps complete, 2 laps remaining in the mini wedge heat race. Just 2 circuits and 4 carts now, and the green flag waves. There's the white flag. We begin the bell lap, and Aiden Powell looking to have this one well in hand as he wheels into turn 3, off of turn number 4, and the checkered flag will wave for your Aiden Powell in the 81. Second will be James Bailey, the 27, J.J. Dimmitt, the 44J, and Joey Laddie in the 33J will round out the finishing field. So they will line their feature event up in their pit area, and they will be back after our drivers' meeting, which will be held now as they finish up our track prep. During the driver's meeting, don't forget our concession stands are open, plenty of food. It is not the cafeteria type style of service that you're probably used to at the track, but because of the COVID-19 regulations with the state, that is not allowed. Also, we ask everyone, if you would, to please use good social distancing practices, as once again the state and the county board of health dictate what we can and cannot do here at the track. Some folks don't understand. They think we just don't want fans, and that nothing could be farther from the truth. We are hoping, as we understand it, that next Friday night the grandstands will be open to the racing fans. So if you talk to anybody and they're asking a question, that is our understanding and our hope. We ask you, if you're on social media, to check us out on Facebook to make sure. And I believe if everything is going according to plans, that you will see the OVSCA sprint cars here next Friday night. But we do have to, once again, make sure that we get the green light for fans before we can actually do so and announce that. So please keep an eye on our Facebook page, on the website. And one other little bit of housekeeping, literally, before we get started and before I have to shut up for the driver's meeting, is that we have trash receptacles around the grounds. Because of COVID-19 regulations, you'll be doing both us and yourselves a tremendous favor if you would please use those trash receptacles, not just throw trash on the ground, because that is one of the other things that the county Board of Health is very picky about. And as we try to live within the laws of the land right now. So once again, they're ready to have the drivers' meeting. We will maintain the cone of silence right now and ask everyone to please enjoy your neighbor's company here and observe social distancing. We appreciate you being here tonight. We hope you have a great time. Race number 2 of the 2020 season of the Ohio Valley Speedway. All right, the WRA mini wedges is coming to the track. The late models are staging to come out for qualifications as soon as they are done. So it appears we're only going to have the 5 carts that ran the heat race into the feature. Don't know where our pole cart is, the 81 of Aiden Powell not answering the call, and we're ready to go. These 10-lap feature event. Tonight's trophies for the WRA are presented by AutoAid. AutoAid, the sponsor tonight for the WRA mini wedges. 6 carts will go 10 laps. Aiden Powell on the inside of the front row. Outside, it'll be James Bailey in the 27. It's J.J. DeMitt in the 44J and Joey Laddie, the 33J. Your final starters will be the 27M of Isaac McLeish and the C4 cart of Wyatt Kale. 6 carts, 10 laps, and tonight's trophy is sponsored by AutoAid. Green flag's out, and we are racing in the mini wedge division. 3 wide as they hit turn number 1. They settle down as they try to get single file around that bottom. And at the end of lap 1, it's going to be Aiden Powell. The C4 of Wyatt Kale to the infield. Once again, trouble in the feature race, and Aiden Powell starting to drive away from the field right now. Off the tail, once again, Isaac McLeish in the 27M running second. We'll try to run him down as we've come to the halfway point. Twin sticks being displayed to your race leader, Powell. That indicates 2 laps to go in our mini wedge feature event. Best race on the track for third right now between Dimmitt in the 44 and the 33J of Laddie. White flag is out, and your leader will circle down the back straightaway the final time, and the checkered flag will wave this time off at turn 4. And for the second time in as many weeks, your winner in the WRA mini wedges is Aiden Powell. Second will go to the 27M of Isaac McLeish. In third, looks like it'll be the 33J of Laddie. Fourth will be James Bailey in the 27 and DeMitt in the 44J. We'll round out the top 5 with the C4 of Kale, a DNF. All right, next up will be our late model qualifications. 26 late models at last count have signed into tonight's event. 18-car field in the feature event, so it'll be good action tonight in, I believe, 3 qualifying heat races. Once again, we hate that we cannot open the general admission gates this week. We hope it is happening next Friday night, we understand. So next Friday night, we'll be back to the regular general admission price of $15. And we thank everyone who's came out and helped us get the track open by showing up. We do appreciate it so much. But next week, back to our normal $15 general admission in the grandstand, so you can tell your friends. And just as soon as we get the track cleared, we're ready to go qualifying as our late models have entered the qualifying staging area right now. So the cars will come out, get 2 consecutive laps, and the best of the 2 laps counts toward their qualifying position for the feature tonight. Cars will come out in groups of 3. They have staged basically in the groups of 3 they're supposed to go out with. This should speed up our qualifying, and it will be the procedure we'll use in all classes this year. The 24 is a defending track champion, Ryan Klein. Henry Hornsby III is in the number 39, and Doug Parks in the 41. Henry Hornsby, the fast time with a lap of 1:5.174. Doug Parks in the 41, a 1:5.410. And Ryan Klein will complete the first 3 cars with a 1:5.603 circuit. The 50 car is Ronnie Mail. 21 is Corey Galbraith, and Mike Vaughan is in the 9. Mail, the new quick time of the evening, is a 1:5.015 lap. Vaughan, fifth quick, with a 1:6.217, and Galbraith is sixth quick with a 1:7.290. Austin Eddy out for the first time this season in the 24E. It's Colton Burdett in the 44 car, and the 7H is Zach Hill. New quick time, the first sub-15-second lap turned in by Colton Burdett. His quick time, a 14:908. Zach Hill will be fourth quick with a 15.343 lap, and Austin Eddy eighth quick, a 16.329. Number 7H, or rather this is the 7 car of Billy Holbert, 7 Ace Metalworks car out of Fairmont, West Virginia. 87 is Adam Tonkin. Adam Tonkin in 87. And Robbie Bostick out of Ripley, West Virginia is in the 24R. Billy Holbert's number 7 will be 7th quick with a 15.932. Robbie Bostick right behind him in 8th with a 15.946. And following them in 9th is the Adam Tonkin 87 car. Next up to qualify will be Tyler Evans in the 17T, the 0 of Fast Eddie Schumann, and Brandon Francis in the 28H. Tyler Evans drops the fast time down to 14.901. He's quick time by 7/100ths of a second. Eddie Schumann, 7th quick, a 15.478 lap. Jeff Burdett in the 44 car. It's George Clintworth in the 11. And Michael Robinson, the R22. Brandon Francis in the last group was 8th quick, a 15.577 lap. Jeff Burdett is 10th quick with a 15.898 lap. Clintworth is 16th quick, and Robinson 18th quick. As we're getting down to the end of qualifications now, Ryan Montgomery is in the 12 car. The 42 is Chris Garnes, and the number 14 is Chris Parks. And the helmet fresh air supply hose out of the 14 car, I believe. Chris Parks deposits itself on the front straightaway. We'll clear that. Ryan Montgomery fast in that group, 5th with a 15.202 lap. Chris Garnes will be 11th fast with a 15.658. And Chris Parks 16th fast to 16.177. The C4 is fast Freddie Carpenter. The 28 is son Tyler Carpenter, and the 53 is Andy Bond. Andy Bond, 14th quick with a 15.849 lap. Tyler Carpenter was 6th quick. Freddie Carpenter, 8th quick. Tyler with a 15.279. Freddie a 15.385. Our final qualifiers now comes to the Speedway. This is Kyle Bond in the 10 and Rod Evans in the R1. Rod Evans will be 15th quick with a 15.886, and the 10 of Bond, 18th quick, a 15.945. So your top qualifiers, the top 5, will be Tyler Evans, Colton Burdett, Ronnie Mayo, Henry Hornsby III, and Ryan Montgomery in tonight's super late model division. 16 UMP Modifieds will line up for qualifications tonight. And we will have to wait for the 10 of Kyle Bond as he switches rides. Well, we do have to slight delay as they've called for the paramedics in the pit area. We apologize for unforeseen circumstances once again. All right, we're going to go with the modifieds now, and it'll be Coleman Evans in the 17C, Robert Booger Garnes in the 000, and Hunter Brookover in the 28. So Coleman Evans will set the mark to beat, and that is a 16.510. 16.510. He really blistered the track. Robert Garnes second with a 17.337 circuit, and Hunter Brookover an 18.899. Your next qualifiers will be Josh Tonkin, the gas man, in the 16, The T8 is TJ Roush and Kyle Bond in the 10. Kyle Bond will be second quick with a 16.977 lap. TJ Roush fourth quick with a 17.461, and Tonkin fifth quick a 17.599. William Harris is in the H66. The 32 is Chad Roush. And Casey Burdett is in the 44. He was last Friday night's feature winner. He had a three-peat last weekend, one here on Friday at Tyler County and Saturday night, and at Bedford in Pennsylvania on Sunday. Casey Burdett will clock in second quick with a 16.841. Chad Roush in the 32 is fourth fast with a 17.269 lap. Harris in the 866 is eighth quick with an 18.338. Your next qualifiers. The one is a Southside Flyer, Kenny Johnson. In the number 22, that's Mike Murphy. And the 5 is the Hitman, Jess Hartman. Kenny Johnson will be fourth quick with a 17.009. Hartman right behind him. And the 5 car in the qualifying position. Our final qualifiers will be Leighton Wetzel out of Zanesville, Ohio in the 11L. Vince Conrad out of Ripley, the 3C. Dusty Boley out of Fleming, the 75. And Jason Brennan in the 16 car. Dusty Boley will clock in 15th quick. Leighton Wetzel 14th quick overall. Mike Murphy in the 22 is 11th quick. Our top 5 qualifiers in the UMP Modifieds will be Coleman Evans, Casey Burdett, Kyle Bond, Kenny Johnson, and Jess Hartman. the late models and the open modifies running under the UMP sanction at the Ohio Valley Speedway and the sister track, the Tyler County Speedway. Once again, the second fast qualifier tonight, that number 44 car right in front of the flag stand, was our feature winner last week. He picked up a win here, made a pass for the win with approximately 3 laps to go at the Tyler County Speedway on Saturday night, then towed to Bedford, Pennsylvania on the big half mile on Sunday and won his third feature in as many days last weekend. So Casey Burdett, just like butter, he's on a roll as we get ready to go with our Sport Mod qualifications now. Once again, fans, next Friday night, the gates, General Mission gates will open. The General Mission gates will open. We'll be able to welcome fans in through the General Mission gates, and the price will go back down to the normal $15 General Mission. Also, the pit admission will drop back to the normal amount there for those who are normally going to the pit area. We also will welcome the sprint cars, the Wing 410 Sprints, to the Ohio Valley Speedway for the first time in the 2020 season, along with all the regular classes that you see here tonight. And that's coming up this coming Friday night, a week from tonight. Don't forget, tomorrow night, our sister track, the Tyler County Speedway, will be open. The General Mission stands are open at Tyler County and have been great crowds and humongous car counts on Saturday nights. We're ready to go Sport Mod qualifying. Brandon Lewis is in the 15, Larry Lott the 64, and Robin Hours is in the number 10. Robin Hours will set the mark to beat in our Sport Mods. The 10R turns a 18.482 lap. Brandon Lewis in the 15 and 18.521. Larry Lott, the 64, is third with an 18.682. It's the pride of Petroleum, West Virginia, the number 82, Larry Higgins. Next on the track, Landon Wetzel's in the 12K and Zach Marks, the S19 car. New quick time, the 82 of Larry Higgins now sets the mark to beat an 18.477 circuit. Zach Marks will be fourth quick with an 18.570. Landon Wetzel, the 12L, is sixth quick, a 19.529. Delbert Satterfield is in the 54 car. The 27 is Jason Spar in the carrying the Burger King colors and number of his grandfather, Cotton Sayer. And the number 27 white, we got the two 27s out there now. Got Josh Spar in the yellow 27, Jason Spar in the white 27. Josh Spar, new quick time. The yellow 27 turns in at 17.576 lap. That's the first sub-18 second lap. Jason Spar, the white 27, and 18.492 is good enough for fourth fast. And Denzel Satterfield in the 54, fifth quick thus far with an 18.497. Your next qualifier is the bad one. That's Brandon Davis. Sergeant Schultz, that's Heath Schultz in the 97 entry, and the 26 is Jeremy Herdman. Oh, Sergeant Schultz trying to break out of the concentration camp and go over the wall. So trouble with Brandon Davis's number bad one. He does not get his second lap. Heath Schultz was 10th quick with a 19.342 circuit. And the 26 of Herdman will be second fast with an 18.392. Number 91 is the flat top flyer, Kendall Hodge, out of Davisville, West Virginia. The 32 is former mini wedge racer Braden Matson. And the 13 is Brandon McCready out of Salem, West Virginia. New quick time, the 91 of Kendall Hodge will set the mark to beat with a 17.395 circuit. Brandon McCready, the 13X, a very good lap, makes him third quick, an 18.161. And the 32 of Matson is 12th quick with an 18.695. Montana Leg, that's the granddaughter of the legendary Harold Redmond Sr., she's in the 28 car. She calls Charleston home. The 74D is Dan Pierman. The 44, Scott Alden. Scott Alden goes around in turn number 4 in the 44 car. Brings out our first caution of qualifications. So one lap is going to be scored for all but Alden. Alden did not get his lap, but he has one caution His second caution would disqualify him from qualification. They will come to the green and white as we're winding down the qualifications in tonight's Sport Mod field. Scott Alden totally redeems himself in the 44 car by turning in the fourth quick time, an 18th 3.25 lap. Very good redemption, as a matter of fact. Montana Legan, the 28, will be 12th quick. And Pierman, the 74, will be 17th fast. Our final group of qualifiers, the 21 is Levi Wright, 32 is Ted Keyser, and the 11G is Nick Green. Levi Wright was fastest in our last group. He's good for fourth quick of the evening. And so your top five qualifiers in our Sport Mod division, led by Kendall Hodge in the 91, Josh Spar second, the yellow 27, Brandon McCready third in the red 13, Levi Wright in the 21W, that orange and black car, was fourth, and Scott Alden in the 44, the black and purple car, rounds out your top five in Sport Mod qualifications here, night number 2 of the 2020 season at the Ohio Valley Speedway. Lineups have been sent to the pit area. There will be 3 late model qualifying heat races. The top 5 finishers in each of those 8-lap races will advance to tonight's feature. Everyone else is going to have to come through the B main. And I believe that will be the only B main that will be necessitated tonight, as we'll put all the Sport Mod cars in their feature event. Even though we have over 21 cars, if we can put everybody in the feature event, and we have about 21, and that is the case tonight, we will put everyone in the feature event. Everybody loves to run a feature, and you can blame them. All right, ready to go in our front-wheel drive 4-cylinder division. Lewis Smar is in the 07 car. 60T is Paul Midcap, and the T22 is Mike Tennant. The X car is Kenny Harris. The time to beat set by the T22 of Mike Tennant. He turns in a 21.351 circuit. Luce Marr, second with the 07 car, 21.724. Kenny Harrison, the X, third, 22.084. And Paul Midcap in the 57 car. I believe that's the 60T tonight. Paul Midcap, the 60T, with a 22591. Jeff Rankin's in the J9 car. Casey Rankin in the K9 car. His father's son out there duking it out in qualifying. The 17 opening night feature winner Justin Carpenter, and Jared Heiss is in the 98. Casey Rankin will be eighth quick, a 22.758. Justin Carpenter on the other end of the spectrum. Fast qualifier. The 17 car turns in a 2:0.441. Jeff Rankin of the J9, second quick, 2:0483. Jared Heiss, third fast, with a 2:0.996. Our final group to qualify on the Speedway now. The 04 car is Josh Ayers. The 186 is Larry Moss in the 5, who had a good run on opening night. That's Jacob Hughes. And we got all kind of trouble right here in the River City, as it looks like the 04 car, Josh Ayers, comes to a stop up at the guardrail, and Larry Moss in the 186 has to go into emergency mode to avoid contact with that car. We'll get the wrecker to the Ayers car, get a couple laps in, and we will have qualifications complete. Don't forget, fans, our concession stands are open, but it's a concession stand tonight, singular. It's down at the pit entrance area. We cannot use the normal procedure. They will wait on you. Only the one concession stand will be open, but it is open. A lot of good food down at our concession stands, and lots of cold drinks. So if you didn't get a chance to grab supper before you headed to the racetrack, slip down and visit our friends at the concession area. All right, they'll come to green. The final two cars for qualifications tonight. The 186 of Larry Moss and the 5 of Jacob Hughes. The mark to beat has been set by Justin Carpenter, the 17 car, with a 2:0.441 circuit. Well, the last shall come first, as the Bible says, and Jacob Hughes in the number 5 car sets the fast time of the evening with a 19.651. Top 5 qualifiers tonight in our front-wheel drive 4 cylinders. Jacob Hughes in the 5, Justin Carpenter the 17, Jeff Rankin the J9, Jared Heiss the 98, and Larry Moss in our last qualifying group will round out your top 5 tonight in the front-wheel drive 4 cylinders. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask if you would to please stand. Gentlemen, remove your hats for tonight's playing of our national anthem, and it's preceded by our invocation. So if you would, please join me in removing your hats, bow your heads in prayer. Let's pray. Great and gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you once again for another day of life. We thank you for each and every person here with us, Lord. We ask you to be with them, their families, guide, guard, and direct them and keep them safe. Lord, we thank you for our first responders, our policemen, especially at this troubling time, our firemen, those in our military, Lord, wherever they might be serving. Keep your hand of grace and comfort over them and their families, keeping them safe and letting them know that you, Lord, are in control of all things. Help us to enjoy this evening in the spirit of sportsmanship and friendship and be pleasing in your sight. Be with those who wanted to be here tonight and for whatever reason could not. And we give you praise, honor, and glory for all things because you provide that through your Son, Jesus Christ's holy and precious name. And it's in his name that we pray, Lord. Amen. And now our national anthem. Welcome to the Ohio Valley Speedway race number 2 in the 2020 season. We thank all of you for being here tonight. We are ready to roll out the first late model qualifying heat race. Once again, these are 8 laps. Top 5 cars advance to the feature race in our late model division. 3 heat races, top 5 going to the feature. Everyone else have to go through the B main. Here's your lineup for your first qualifying heat race. Once again, the top 4 qualifiers are inverted. That is to say, the 4th fastest car in that group will start on the pole. The fastest car will start in 4th position. The 0's Eddie Schumann. The 7H car is Zach Hill. Tyler Evans in the 17. Henry Hornsby the 39. Chris Garnes 42. Jeff Burdett the 44. Adam Tonkin in the 87, Austin Eddy the 24, and Corey Galbraith in the 21G. 8 laps to the checkered, top 5 advancing to the feature. Schumann and Hill set the pace. As they come off turn 4, they'll start at the chalk line as they hit the front straightaway. Green flag's out. Down into turn 1, 3 wide, 4 wide for the race lead, and Tonkin goes around. Oh my, that had all the makings of a good start. But the 87 goes around, and Tonkin will go to the tail of the field. And they actually got 4 and maybe 5 wide heading to the back straightaway. Track is very good tonight, once again. You want to be able to use it all, and you will be able to do so here this evening. It looks like it will require the assistance of a wrecker. There's Mike Mason, a wheel down there in his Dodge. Try to use the Playtex Living Bra method of the this. He's going to lift and separate. If you all remember those commercials, you're old as I am. Once again, the general admission gates will be open next Friday night, and the 410 sprint cars will join us here. Regular admission prices of $15 for next Saturday night as we kind of kick off the race season with the general admission gates open in a great way, as we will bring the sprint cars in along with the late models. The UMP late models, I might say, the UMP modifieds, the sport mods, and the front-wheel drive 4-cylinders. That looks like the field able to reform with all cars as they put Galbraith ahead of the 87, and the lineup will be good. If they get caught up, they'll go green off of 4. Once again, it was a great start last time. Field fanned out down into turn number 1. And using, once again, all 60 feet of the High Valley Speedway surface. Schumann inside, Hill outside here. They come off 4, and there's your green. Side by side, once again, 5 wide down the back straightaway. Holy cow. Hill, Evans up to second, and a 0. Schumann right with him. Down the front straightaway. Race for the lead is side by side. Hill will hold the top line. Evans right beneath him as they wheel down into turn number 3. Evans will take a peek underneath Hill, use the high side momentum, and lead him down into turn number 1 again. And Schumann in the 0, hanging tough with the 39 car. Right with him, that is Henry Hornsby III out of Prosperity, West Virginia. Top 2 cars really clicking off some great laps right now. And this time by, they'll see the cross flags indicating the halfway mark. Side by side for third now. Hornsby inside of the 0, Schumann, and coming with him the 44 of Burdett. Hornsby and the 0, Schumann still wheel to wheel, and Hornsby will take the spot going into turn number 1. This time by, they'll get the 2 lap to go signal to your race leaders. Pole position for tonight's late model and main event up for grabs right now as your 2 lead cars have drawn away from the field. Hill up on the top and on the gas as the white flag waves. Evans gets a little bit of the guardrail, and that'll give Hill a little bit of breathing room for the final 2 corners of the track. Off of turn 4, here comes your leader and the winner. It's Zach Hill. Second will go to Tyler Evans. Third to Henry Hornsby. The third followed by the 0 of Ed Schumann and the 42 of Chris Garnes. So unofficially, your transfer position cars will be the 5th place finishing Chris Garnes in the 42. 4th, the 0 of Ed Schumann. 3rd, the 39, Henry Hornsby the 3rd. Your runner-up, the 17 of Tyler Evans. And your winner unofficially gets the pole for tonight's late model main event in the 7H. How about a round of applause for Zach Hill? Jeff Burdett, Austin Eddy, Adam Tonkin, and Corey Galbraith all going to have to go to the B main event, where we will take the top 3 finishers and put them at the back of the field for the late model main event. Heat race number 2, once again, 8 laps the distance. And the top 5 finishers taking the automatic pass to the feature event. Very important to try to make your way into the feature through the heat. You don't have to come through that sometimes wild and woolly B main event. On the pole, setting the pace and bringing them around, it's Brandon Francis. Once again, the top 4 qualifiers are inverted. Freddie Carpenter's outside him in the C4. In row number 2, it's the 12 of Ryan Montgomery, who had a top 5 run last week, top 3 run, I believe. And outside, Colton Burdett, tonight's second fast qualifier. Andy Bonds in the 53, Billy Holbert in the 7. The 14 is Chris Parks, Kyle Bond in the 10, and Michael Robinson, the R22, as we set the field and get ready to go green off of 4. There's your green flag. 3 wide into turn number 1, and around goes the Parks number 14 car. So the 14 Parks will fall to the tail of the field, and we will realign them and try once again to get our original start going. Field will do the tighten up and the double up as they'll go 2 by 2 side by side, just like Noah took the animals to the ark. We'll stay under caution as one of our track workers is down in turn number 1 trying to clear debris from the groove. And he will safely scamper back to the infield now. We'll go green next time off of turn number 4. Tonight's race is being videoed by Video Productions. They're here last Friday night, be here tonight, videoing tonight's complete event. You can purchase that for replay on demand at their social media website. Video Productions, here tonight, once again, videoing the action. Set to go green, and there's the green flag. Field hustles down into 1. Carpenter, your leader, and following him on the high line. Here comes Burdett in the 44. Burdett will take a look to the inside at the end of lap number 1. It's Carpenter and Burdett. Here comes Montgomery in the 12 to 3rd. Oh, the 28, Brandon Francis getting sideways. He's got a real problem on broken, I believe the tie rod end on the 28 has went south, and he will limp to the infield. Montgomery on his bike, pedaling hard as your 2 race leaders have pulled away from the remainder of the field. He will try to run them down with a clear track. As Carpenter, Burdett, Montgomery, the 7 of Holbert, and Andy Bond in the final transfer spot as Parks and Kyle Bond trying to make their way to a transfer position at the halfway point. That battle for 5th really heating up now. Parks to the inside of Bond. Kyle Bond looking for a spot on the track for an opening. Kyle Bond will work the outside of Parks. Parks to the inside, slams a Euclid tire, and around he goes. Holy smokes, he turned it in way too early that time, and that did not work. So Parks into the turn early, knocks the tire that was placed there by the water hole, and he's moved that out significantly, and they'll have to run the track in as there's plenty of water to go around down there. With 5 laps complete, Freddie Carpenter is your race leader. Colton Burdett second. They're followed by the 12 of Ryan Montgomery. Billy Holbert is fourth. And in the final transfer position right now, the 53 of Andy Bond. He'll be chased by the 10 of Kyle Bond. Michael Robinson's R22. The 14 car of Chris Parks disqualifies himself with his second caution of the event. And the 28 of Brandon Francis. Contact down there in turn number 1 when he went sideways. He looks like a broken tie rod end or control arm. So with 5 laps complete, 3 circuits remaining, we'll go green next time around off of turn number 4. Three wide for the second spot. Here comes Montgomery inside of Burdett as they race to the line with 2 to go. Burdett back to the inside, trying to take a spot away from Montgomery. Won't get it done yet. And next time by, the white flag. Here comes Burdett. Hard to the inside. Did he lose the handle? No, he saved it. Wow. Burdett once again inside of Montgomery. Won't stick. And Bond now up to 4th. To the checkered flag they come. It's Carpenter, your winner. Montgomery 2nd. Burdett 3rd. Bond 4th. Holbert 5th. And Kyle Bond rounding out the field. So your top 5 finishers, once again going to the feature race, will be the 5th place car of Billy Holbert in the 7. 4th place 53 of Andy Bond. 3rd place 44B of Colton Burdett. In 2nd, it was Ryan Montgomery, and your winner in the C4 out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, Fast Freddie Carpenter. Once again, the top 4 cars are inverted by qualifying times. The top 5 will go to the feature race. The 41 is Doug Parks. Ryan Klein's in the 24. Ronnie Mayo, the 50. Tyler Carpenter showing a lot of smoke out of the 28 car. Rod Evans is in the R1. Robbie Bostic, the 24R. Mike Vaughan, the 9. George Clintworth, the K11. Third and final, super late model qualifying heat race of the evening. Carpenter to the inside and to the lead as they head into turn number 3. 3 wide back in the field, 4 wide now. So Robbie Bostic will get credit for the caution. Got real sideways. Mike Vaughan takes evasive action, and he's not charged for the caution. So he will get his position prior to the caution, and Bostic will fall to the tail of the field. We have 2 laps complete in your third and final qualifying heat race for the late models. Your transfer position cars right now, the 28 of Tyler Carpenter, the 24 of Ryan Klein, 50 of Ronnie Mail, the 41 of Doug Parks, and the R1 of Rod Evans. Need to get the 41 of Parks ahead of the 50 of Mail, and that will create the correct lineup. Now the lineup is good. They'll go green off 4. Halfway, Tyler Carpenter having things all his way this point. Best battle on the track now, the 24. Defending track champion Ryan Klein trying to turn back Ronnie May on the 50. Two laps to go this time. Mayo once again will peek underneath the 24. Klein can't get it done as they come to the white flag. Good battle for that second spot. Klein continuing to turn back Mayo. Everyone else spread out on the track. Down the back straightaway they come. Carpenter having things all his own way as he's rolled out of the throttle now and kind of comes nice and easy to the checkered flag. Gets the win, the battle for second. We'll go to Mayo ahead, or rather Klein ahead of Mayo. Parks will finish fourth and Evans fifth. So your transfer position cars, once again, the R1 in fifth is Rod Evans. In fourth it was Doug Parks in the 41. Third, it was the 50 of Ronnie Mayo. Your runner-up was the 24 of Ryan Klein. Those cars go to the feature along with your heat race winner in the 28. Out of South Parkersburg, West Virginia, put your hands together for Tyler Carpenter. First of two qualifying heat races for your UMP Modifieds. All cars advance to the feature race tonight. And how they finish this race will set up the inside row for tonight's UMP Modified feature race. 32 is Chad Roush. Outside the 5 is Jess Hartman. In row 2, it's the 10 of Kyle Bond, the 17C of Coleman Evans. Inside your next row is the 3C of Vince Conrad, and outside the number 22 of Mike Murphy. Your final starters will be the H66 William Harris and the 75 of Dusty Boley. Once again, the top 4 cars line up in inverted order from their qualifying attempt. 8 laps to the checkered, all cars to the feature, and there's the green. Roush on the inside, leads him into one, slides up the track, and Hartman right with him. 3 wide for the runner-up spot. Here comes Evans, split in the middle of the field. Evans to second. It's Bond and Hartman right behind him. Top 5 staying right together as they come down the front stretch. Roush on the hammer, riding the high side, up on the top of the track right now. Evans second. And here comes Hartman in third with Bond challenging for that spot. Murphy will round out your top 5. Halfway this time around. We have 4 laps in, 4 laps to go, and it's all Roush right now, running the extreme high line off of turn number 2. The transfer position in doubt right now as Vince Conrad will drive the 3C in underneath Murphy, trying to take that spot. Murphy back underneath as they do the crossover, with 2 to go this time for your race leader. Side by side for that final transfer spot. Oh. And they all transfer. I'm getting excited for nothing, I'm told. White flag. Checkered flag out. There's your winner, Chad Roush. Coleman Evans second. The 5 of Jess Hartman, the 10 of Kyle Bond, and Vince Conrad in the 3C, your top 5. So with all cars advancing to the feature race, your top 5 were the 32 of Chad Roush, your winner. Coleman Evans in second. Jess Hartman finishes in the 3rd position. Kyle Bond 4th and Vince Conrad 5th. Second and final UMP qualifying heat race. This will constitute, the finishing order rather, will constitute your outside row for tonight's feature race. The 000 is your pole car. That's Robert Booger Garnes, and outside the 16B of Jason Brennan.
The 1 is Kenny Johnson. 44 is Casey Burnett. Josh Tonkin is in the 16. TJ Rouse the T8. Hunter Brook over the 28H. And Leighton Wetzel in the 11L. Set to go 8 circuits around the Ohio Valley Speedway for your second and final UMP qualifying heat race. So the T8 car, that driven by TJ Rouse, gets credit for the caution, and they will go green once again, this time off turn number 4. 8 cars and 8 laps in your second UMP qualifier. Field hustles down into turn number 1. And once again, we have a yellow flag. This time the caution on the 11L of Leighton Wetzel. So he will join the T8 of Roush at the tail of the field. Third time's a charm, as we will give it a go for the final time as a 2x2 start. Field coming off 4. There's your green flag. Holy smoke. They're going to get 4 wide again. They're 3 wide on the backstretch. They settle out. It's Garnes to the inside. Here comes Burdett on the inside in the 44 and Johnson in the 1. Here comes Josh Tonkin from the 3rd row up to 3rd. So Booger picking them up and putting them down right now at the front of the field. Side by side for the race lead. Halfway this time around. Burdett once again to the back bumper of Garnes. Will he make a move in 3? Yes, he'll drive to the bottom. Slides up and makes the slide job work as they come off at turn number 4. Burdett, your new leader. Garnes second. Tonkin and the 1 of Johnson running in 3rd and 4th. Burdett starting to leg it out now that he has the race lead. He'll pull 5-car length advantage with 2 laps to go.
Kenny Johnson, the high side flyer, trying to use that high side to take away the third spot with the white flag on display. Johnson will get the spot this time. Checkered flag out. And the win will go to Burdett, followed by the 000 Garnes as one of Johnson. Tonkin in the white 16, the black 16 of Brennan, TJ Roush, Leighton Wetzel, and Hunter Brookover. So your top five were Casey Burdett, Robert Garnes, Kenny Johnson, Josh Tonkin, and Jason Brennan. And heat race number 2 for the UMP Modifieds. Next up, our Sport Mod Division heat races. I may have overlooked the Josh Tonkin 16 ahead of the Brennan 16. Tonkin was 4th, Brennan 5th. This is your first of 3 Sport Mod qualifying heat races. Once again, the cars are lined up with the top 4 qualifiers inverted. Denzel Satterfield is in the 54. The 82 is Larry Higgins. Levi Wright's the 21, and tonight's fast qualifier is the 91 of Kendall Hodge. Montana Legg is in the 28 car. She's inside row number 3 and outside Braden Matson in the 32. Your final starter will be the 74D of Dan Pierman. Once again, 8 laps. All cars will advance to the feature race tonight in an extended or 18 car plus field for the Sport Mods. Flagman Matt Amick, fresh from a vacation at the beach, ready to spring forward with the green flag as the field comes off forward. There it is. They'll go 3 wide immediately as they head to the back straightaway. Once down to 2 wide, everybody's staying 2 by 2 by 2 as they race into 3 and off of turn number 4. The end of lap number 1, Larry Higgins by a half car length will have your race lead. Satterfield to the inside, can't get it done that time. The top 4 cars stay chained together for that race lead. Satterfield cranks it sideways but saves it, and that causes the 91 of Hodge to check up just slightly. Hodge will work to the high side, go 3 wide to the back straightaway. Hodge says, I'm quitting fooling around, I'm going to the front. Higgins with a 3 car length advantage as he heads into 3 and will lead him off turn number 4. Higgins continuing to lead. Hodge on his bumper. Next comes Satterfield right and the Montana Legg. Side by side for the race lead as they go to the back straightaway this time. Still side by side into turn number 3, coming off of turn number 4. New leader is the 91, tonight's fast qualifier. Kendall Hodge will take the point. Satterfield hanging tough in that 3rd position. Wright is on his bumper, trying to take that away. Higgins a solid 2nd as we're winding down into the last half of the first qualifying heat race for the Sport Mods. Wright will peek to the inside. No go as Satterfield will shut the door. This time around, 2 laps remain. The white silk waves for your race leader as we begin the bell lap. Kendall Hodge will lead the field off of turn number 4, and he'll be the winner in heat race number 1 for the Sport Mods. Good run. Larry Higgins finishes second solidly ahead of Denzel Satterfield, rather. The 21 of Wright, and Montana Legs 28 ahead of Matson and Pierman. So unofficially, your top 5 will be led to the scales by the 91 of Kendall Hodge, Larry Higgins second, Denzel Satterfield third, Levi Wright fourth, and Montana Leg fifth in your first qualifying heat race. Once again, all cars will advance to the feature race tonight out of the Sport Mod main event. Heat number 2 on the Speedway for the Sport Mods. Brandon Lewis in the 15, Robin Hours the 10R, Scott Alden the 44, Josh Spar the 27. 32 is Ted Keyser, and Heath Schultz in the 97. Once again, all cars advance to the feature race. Top 4 cars are lined up in inverted order by qualifying time, and we're set to go 8 laps. Three wide for the runner-up spot as they wheel down the back straightaway. Spar is on the move. He will come to the inside of the 15 of Lewis. They come down the front straightaway. Lewis and Spar side by side for the race lead. Still side by side for the race lead. Side by side for the third spot now. Good racing. Spar will take the position and the tire donut on the door as he races down into 1. Everyone gets single file now as it's Lewis, Hours, Alden, Keyser, and Schultz. Two laps to go. Spar with a nice advantage over the 15 of Lewis, Hours, Alden, Keyser, and Schultz. White flag. Checkered flag out. Josh Spar takes an easy win ahead of Brandon Lewis, Robin Hours, Scott Alden, Keyser, and Schultz. So your top 5 were Spar, Lewis, Hours, Alden, and Keyser, as we get ready to go with heat race number 3 for the Sport Mods. Third and final, once again, qualifying heat race. Top 4 cars that are lined up in inverted order. And the lineup is good. Then S19 is Zach Marks. It's Jason Spar in the white 27. They will make up your front row. Row number 2 on the inside. It'll be the number 26 car of Jeremy Herdman. And outside, the 13 car of Brandon McCready. Your third row is the 64 of Larry Lott, the 11 of Landon Wetzel, and Nick Green in the orange 11G make up your starting lineup. 8 laps the checkered. Everyone goes to the A main event tonight in our Sport Mod division. So Marks inside, Spar outside. We'll lead him to the chalk line. Lineup looks good, and there's the green. Marks will lead him down into turn number 1. Once again, to get 3 wide behind your race leader in the battle for the lead. Marks up the track, Spar is there, and they go side by side. And here comes the 13 car of McCready. Good battle up front. Spar will take the point this time on the backstretch. Marks second, followed by the 26 now of Herdman. Here comes Wetzel in the 12A car around the 13 of McCready. McCready fights back, takes 4th position as they come down into turn 1, and up the track goes the 26 of Herdman. Hands away the 3rd spot. Oh, trouble on the backstretch. Herdman got a handful of steering wheel right there, I'll tell you. But he saves it until he spins out in turn 3. Well, he wrestled that thing all the way around till he finally got the best of him down there in turn number 3. So the 26 car will fall to the tail, and that is driven by Jeremy Herdman. 3 laps are complete in this one. The lineup looks good as soon as we can get the 64 car ahead of the orange 11. And the 26 of Herdman, the flat tire from the backstretch contact with the Armco guardrail, no doubt. Once again, cars will have to pass the pylon on the front straightaway, single file. As they get ready to go green. Green flag out. 3 laps complete in this one. Spar trying to duplicate his brother's accomplishment in the prior heat race as he's leading the 19 of Marks. And they come to the halfway point. Here comes the 13 car of McCready trying to bypass Marks for that 2nd spot. Marks turning in a good run tonight. Spar up the track, and here comes Marks on the gas. Marks closing in, and the gap reopens as the top 3 cars have left the field and come to the 2 lap to go mark this time by. White linen on display for your race leader, Jason Spar. Top 3 cars now going to duke it out by themselves as the 11G of Nick Green goes to the infield, makes it back out to the track, and will stay green. Off of 4, your final time, a little bit of push, but a good run off the top line. Jason Spar will get the win. Zach Marks second. In third is Brandon McCready ahead of Landon Wetzel, Larry Lott, and Nick Green. So your top 5 in heat race number 3 is Jason Spar, your winner, ahead of Zach Marks, Brandon McCready, Landon Wetzel, and Larry Lott. Next up, your front-wheel drive 4-cylinder division qualifying heat races. Six laps in your front-wheel drive 4-cylinder qualifying heat races. There'll be 2 of those. And then we'll have our late Model B main event before intermission. The 07's Lewis Smar. 186, Larry Moss, Jeff Rankin, the J9. Tonight's fast qualifier, Jacob Hughes is in the 5, Josh Ayers, the 04, and Paul Midcap, the 60T. All cars go to the A main. 6 laps. And the green flag's out. Wow, Rankin a big move through the middle. Goes up across the track looking like he's Tony Stewart, but he'll give the lead away to the number 5 car who bypasses him for the position. That's tonight's fast qualifier, Jacob Hughes. Cross flags indicate our halfway point, and little has changed in this one. White flag for your race leader, the number 5 car of Hughes. Rankin runs second, and Ayers in third right now. Moss runs fourth, Lewis Smar fifth, and Paul Midcap about to be overtaken by your race leader. He'll get the white flag before the checkered comes out, and there indeed is the checkered flag. Jacob Hughes will take the win in heat number 1. Jeff Rankin is second. In third is the 04 of Josh Ayers. Fourth, the 186 Larry Moss. Fifth, the 07 of Lewis Smar and Paul Midcap will round out your finishing field. And heat 1 of 2 in your front wheel drive 4 cylinders. Final qualifying heat race of the evening before the late Model B main event, and then we will have our intermission, a brief intermission tonight. A pause for the cause. On the pole will be the X of Kenny Harris, and outside the T22 car of Mike Tennant. In row number 2, it's the number 98 of Jared Heiss. 17 is Justin Carpenter, and the K9 is Casey Rankin. Pushing and a rubbing and a gouging and a scratching, and they go to the front. And your race being led by the 17, last week's feature winner, Justin Carpenter. Heiss in second now. The T22 of Mike Tennant runs third. One lap complete, and the yellow flag waves for the X of Kenny Harris. We need Rankin to catch up to the T22. Maybe we can go green off of 4 this time. And I believe it'll be standard caution, one more lap. One lap in, 5 laps remaining. Carpenter, Tennant, Heiss, Rankin, and Harris. Your running order. halfway in tonight's second front-wheel drive four-cylinder heat race. Well, the field dropping like flies right now, and the checkered flag's gonna wave for your race winner, Justin Carpenter. Finishing in the second spot, it was the T22 of Mike Tennant. And in third, Kenny Harris in the X car. As the maintenance program on some of these cars needs to seriously looked at. Late model B main coming up next. And we're still under daylight. Once again, our concession stands are open and will remain throughout the evening, or concession stand, I should say, as we will only open up the one at the pit area access. Ten laps in tonight's B main for the UMP late models. The top three advance. Top three cars will advance to the feature race. The 10 is Kyle Bond, the 44 Jeff Burdett. The number 9 car is Mike Fogan, Austin Eddy, the 24E. Michael Robinson, the R22. Robbie Bostic, 24R. Adam Tonkin in the 87. Chris Parks, the 14P. Corey Galbraith in the 21G. And George Clintworth, the K11.